You're live right
Good
now.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NFT Morning Show. That was Isaac Hayes, but also Kicks, providing some extra vocals there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time each and every week, where we discuss all things NFTs, crypto, technology, entertainment, gaming, finance, and just about everything in between. Music,
lifestyle,
baby.
culture,
lifestyle. Nick's lifestyle. Nick,
real estate.
Okay.
AI. We've been talking a lot about AI. We talk about gadgets. We're really big on gadgets, and especially
gas consumption in an emerging economy.
That is, yeah. We're interested in emerging economies and sort of third world development opportunities. Currency trading. That's another thing that we're really big on. Forex.
Last week we put liquid paper on a bee, and it died.
Wait, what?
What?
Did we do that as an experiment on this show?
Step Brothers quote. My bad.
Oh,
this guy only quotes Will Ferrell movies from the between 2000 and 2010.
Kicks is Will Ferrell.
He's living in the past. Anyway, we got Nifty.
Will
Nick
Ferrell's
back.
great. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's a good actor. Thanks, Nick. Thank you. He got cut out.
Guys, can I
ahead.
ask you? So I have to ask you this, right? Because you guys are likely in New York. How bad is it? Because on Twitter, it looks like Mars. On Twitter, the pictures I'm seeing,
everyone's
like
really
Mars.
turned up the red. But yesterday it was red in the afternoon. It legit
there was an hour
like Mars.
Yeah, there was an hour of Mars, and we were there. Like me and Nick were like, that was when Nick came for lunch.
And then I biked back, and it was just dead silent in the city, basically, at that point. Like, there was nobody. There were a lot of people not on the streets, and it sort of felt like the equivalent of a blizzard or something like that, actually, where the city's just quiet during while it's snowing. When it was like that outside, it wasn't good.
You guys need to put like trees and bushes on every rooftop to really kind of soak up all that bad stuff. I'm actually going through New York City tonight. But now my wife's like, maybe we need to stay out of the city because it's like so dirty.
So you're just driving through, or what?
To a wedding. Yeah, I'm going to a wedding
in New York City.
Yeah, and out upstate New York, and I feel like my child's gonna be like forever traumatized by New York City. They're gonna be like, "Why do people live here? This is like."
Are you gonna come say hello?
Are you gonna say hi?
Well, I was gonna hit you guys up and see if you guys want, like, maybe we get a drink tonight or like a coffee tomorrow before I set off.
Were you gonna do that?
Yeah, 100%. I thought about you guys last night.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, dude.
I'm just trying to figure out. Like, we make plans. I don't know if you know this. Like. Your
well,
boys
this is what I was
busy
thinking. I was
here.
like, this is the internal struggle I had. I was like, okay, I should hit up like Nick and Pio and like maybe we could get like a drink and like hang out. But I'm like, I got my kid and my wife. Like, they probably don't want to go to like a dinner or something like that. Like, so should I just like invite them to the hotel lobby? Well, what if they don't like appreciate that? What if they're like, that's kind of weird and rude? Like, you just want us to show up to your hotel.
I'm fine with doing that.
And then I was like, we could get coffee in the morning. But then I was like, I don't know their morning schedule.
I'd show up to your hotel lobby. Is it a nice hotel?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I business expensed it.
Wow.
Through Crypto Raiders business.
No, I have multiple.
Okay.
But there is business being done. And if you guys come and meet with us, it's even more justifiable.
Look at that.
I think we should do it. So let's.
I'm going to tell my wife, I don't care if it's 342 air quality. We're going in.
It should be better by this afternoon. Or this evening. I'm hoping.
It's already better. It's already better.
I can't wait to tell my wife.
I mean, it's hard to look outside and be like, things are great. But yeah, I mean, I'm literally looking outside. It's harder to see your building where you are, Pio, than it was 2 days ago when you first were making fun of me about it being smoggy outside. So I'd say it's not great right now. It's like 250. But it's 350 where my mom is down in Arlington. So it's migrating south. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to the Air Quality Index forecast for today. New York City looking not so great. It's 250 right now. We're expecting, actually, no, it's down to 175. Was previously at 300. Lots of optimistic vibes in the city right now. People
The sun
looking
is
out
shining. The clouds are rolling in. They are bright orange, raining blood from the skies. And New York is just a beautiful place to be right now.
Some of the photographers in the NFT space wasted no time and took really dank like film pictures and different pictures of the orange New York. I do want to make it clear that those videos weren't exaggerated. For like an hour yesterday, it was literally orange.
maybe 2. It was for a decent amount of time, and then the color went away. What was annoying is the iPhone automatically adjusts the white balance. And so you
On the
can't,
photos.
yeah. And so you literally I'm like, what do I need to capture the moment? And I couldn't capture the moment. It would switch back out of the, it would just become gray.
You need the Apple Vision Pro. That's why basically
Got
they're
it.
like
So if I
they're
buy
setting you
that-
up. Yeah, they're setting you up for the next purchase, and they'll be like, you could have captured this moment in 3D. See, they're smart.
B-Late says new show segment, smoke or fog. Clemente, write that one down. We'll brainstorm that. Is there smoke or fog in the NFT space right now? Where's it coming from? Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, we're already workshopping that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to discuss the latest Yuga Labs animated comic drop and what they may have in store for June. We're going to talk about Memeland dabbling in the Bitcoin ordinals ecosystem, and Gutter Cat Gang's partnership with PUMA actually getting some mainstream traction. Look, today's free NFT, if you have an account at thenifty.com, then you'll be able to claim a free NFT today. It's brought to you by an artist that's a friend of the show, basically a daily listener. I see her out there every single day. And she was featured on the Artist Spotlight segment. Her name is Camila Nogueria. Camila is a digital artist creating surreal worlds of extraordinary beauty aimed at offering viewers a dreamy perspective on life. Her free NFT today is going to be titled Moonlight Dreams, and she's also giving away special edition free NFTs to 5 lucky winners. So stay tuned for the free password later today on the show. But in the meantime, check out the pinned tweet up top to learn more about Camila's companion drop titled Rooftop Dreams. Okay, so...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Well, I was going to say, Camila's a friend of the show. We love Camila. She was featured on Artist Spotlight. I mean, she's been doing big things in the space for a while now, had a proof drop. Camila's an absolute badass. Did like an interview with Gary Vee. Really, really, really pumped to have Camila on the show today.
You know what I really love about... Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, go ahead.
I would say the thing I really love about Camila's work, just like have a look at her work, right? And I was saying to her, I said it to her off camera. I said, if I had to put your art anywhere in my house, I would put it, and it is no offense, I'd put it in the toilet, right? Because, like, no, just hear me out. Some
to who?
people,
To Camila.
To Camila. Like, no, I tell you what, like some people put like a Picasso in their toilet. Like you go in there and there's just like a Picasso in there. And you're like, yeah, it's overdone.
Drop in an upper ducker and you see a Picasso.
But if you like, because Camila's work is so intricate and so detailed, it's the kind of thing you could just put in a toilet. If you had a digital frame in there, it would just animate loads of color, and it would be kind of like looking into like Camila's Mario world, and you just be really happy sitting in there for however long you're going to be, and then out you go. And she was not offended by this.
Signal, you'd need one of those like lift assisters for like old people, because people would just sit in there and watch it for so long they'd lose feeling in their legs. They wouldn't be able to get up. You know what I mean?
But there's a ton of detail in her work, and I think like if you had it in any other part of the house, you'd be walking past it and you wouldn't actually look at it. But if you're in your private space, you would appreciate it and love it. And that's why Camila's work is so cool. A lot of detail, a lot of color.
The thing I was going to say is there's 2, in addition, let me tell you, I can't hang toilet artwork in here because I have tiles around the whole bathroom. So like, I'd have to literally like drill into it. It would be
you can use adhesive.
Yeah,
that's not possible.
$1 billion company. They make all sorts of adhesives.
Not possible. So moving on, there's 2 insert drops today as part of this drop. One is there's 5 rare items from Camila, and there's also 20 BoDoggo's spots.
What?
Which here's the qualifier though. The people who have the advantage for this for the BoDoggo spot are those with at least a 25 collecting streak.
Oh, damn.
I got that streak.
I do want to add some context too for the previous winners because I've gotten a few DMs. The Nifty portal account is DMing you, so those DMs are legit. Make sure it's coming from the actual page. You should receive a code. It's not going to ask you to connect a wallet until after, which is an optional move for you to make. But a few people did reach out to see if this was, quote, legit.
Yeah. Now, if you get a DM like, hey, click this link and mint right away, BoDoggo's just went live right away. You're hearing about it through this DM. Probably don't trust a DM like that as much. Just, keep that hat of logic on at all times.
Yeah, we got the blue check on the Nifty account. It's got 40,000 followers. It's real. But wait, so just to reiterate, Nick, maybe people will get one of the 5 that Camila.
By the way, anybody can pay for a blue check. So.
Okay, but are there a bunch of fake Nifty accounts with blue checks?
There may be.
Not yet.
Someone's making one right now. Anyway, so there's 5 Camila free NFTs that you can randomly win, and there's 20 BoDoggo's allow list 1 spots. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm going to adjust something within 500. I don't know that there's 500 people with the 25. Actually, there may be. I'm going to find out how many people have a streak.
There definitely is.
There's 2,000.
You found out how many people there were there?
Yeah.
Look at you. Look at
I'm so proud of him. He's growing up.
Doing some research here.
To be fair, Nick, it was like your feature that you built out that tells you right when you make it. It's like there's 2,000 people that are eligible for this. So
it was the feature. Your boy's building cool features that no one is aware of, but this is one of the first times that I think we've actually utilized some of the dynamic lists that we have in our system to give access to people things. So
yeah, no one else can see it, but it's sick. I was building this. I was making it yesterday. I was like, yo, this is freaking dope. And I'm the only one. Me and maybe Eric are the only ones that know about it.
Clemente and Eric are like, yo, this software's sick. Trust me, bro. It's for 2 people. Anyway, no, it'll make its way to the masses. Don't worry. So we got to just dive in. Weather report time. Signal talking about toilet artwork. Let's rock and roll.
Sorry, I forgot bathroom at work. So anyway, today is Thursday, the 8th of June. GM, everyone, total market volume coming in at 25 million, while Blur sitting pretty just at 12 million. OpenSea down at 5.2. Onto leaders, not a lot of movement there. Ape still at like $83,000. Mutant shy of 10. Punk's 52. Azuki just sort of hovering around that 17 all-time high. DGOD's just trying to get back up to 10. They're sitting at 9.6, while Captain, those two, they move in tandem. So Captain's back down to 9.2, and Pudgy's just a steady rock at 4.5. What's been happening over the past 24 hours? Well, let's start with the Apes. They have released their 3rd animated comic featuring apes, heavy metal, and the dogs. Most of the asset prices, surprisingly, have stayed completely flat. They didn't really move. Dogs are still at 4 ETH and heavy metal at 1. Onto the 9gag ecosystem, and the upcoming meme coin is slated to have a free accompanying BRC20 token. It will have a different ticker to meme because that's already taken on that side of the market. And also Meme Friends, which is the allow list, is set to launch in 2 days. So big news on a 9gag side of things. On to members of the NFT space, and OGBAYC member Franklin is aboard. We wondered what his announcement is. Well, his announcement is that he's going to be joining the NFT Inspect Council alongside the likes of Sappy Seal founder Wab.eth and Whale Swoosh. Franklin is back, and he's going to be bringing his investor trading hat onto the council. And lastly, over in crypto, well, Binance lawyers are alleged that the SEC chairman Gary Gensler actually offered to be an advisor to the crypto exchange back in 2019, and there's deeper allegations that they continue to stay in touch, Gensler and CZ, after that March meeting. Onto crypto, BTC at 26.4, ETH just rock at 1.8, Solana dipping down to 18.6, and Ape just under 3, 2.9. So some up, some down, but overall still okay, and it's not looking like New York in crypto, which is a good thing. Back to you folks.
Not looking orange. Fantastic weather report as usual. Signal. Blur. These are updates from the Nifty Daily Digest, which is the daily newsletter published from the nifty.com. You need an account on that website to claim today's free NFTs. Sounds like these free NFTs will give you a chance to get some special artwork from Camila or a doglist spot. So today is just a juicy day on the free NFT platform. Blur has implemented updates to its Season 2 reward system aimed at discouraging manipulative strategies such as NFT transfers for loyalty, wash trading, and bid spoofing. However, concerns were raised by users regarding the unchanged 0% fee for selling NFTs purchased using the Benipple buy now, pay later feature, which has been subject to recent abuse. My bet is that old Pac-Man is racking that big brain of his to try to figure this out, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the bottom of it. Artifact has extended its Rimowa luggage forging event for the second time, extending the deadline until June 30th to allow users more time to forge their NFTs and receive their physical luggage. I guess not that many people were forging. Well, we're going to have to see how this forging thing works out in the long term. It's kind of a weird system, in my opinion. You buy an NFT, and then 8 months later, they're like, you have 2 weeks to turn this into a physical. I'm like, why don't you just ship people a suitcase? That's kind of what we're talking about here. Anyway, Nick?
Well, no, you can finish.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, how do you say ORANGE?
Orange.
Okay.
How do you say it? You say orange?
Oh, do you say orange the way that it's supposed to be said? How do you say it, Signal?
Well, I hate that question because isn't it Orange County? But if I'm gonna eat an orange, it's an orange.
It's orange.
Would you say Orange County or Orange County?
Orange.
Orange.
Then okay,
Orange.
good. Orange. I'm eating an orange and I'm visiting Orange County. Yeah.
Kicks. Say the word orange. All right. Oh, everyone says orange.
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 Hey, it's an orange. Yo, last night I was out and I had an orange. That's what P.O. sounds like in case you're wondering.
Let's get into it. The third issue of Yuga's animated comic, The Summoning, has released with...
Are we going to mention the Gary thing first? Gary, or was that
Gensler?
another news story? You were still finishing the newsletter? Is that what was going on?
Gary Gensler?
I mean, I feel like we should at least acknowledge the fact that
Let's
Gary Boy
Let's do it.
is, out of here. This two-faced motherfucker. We're going to get down. Yo, we need to go down there. Like, I feel like this is, unfortunately, I'm going to Vegas next week, but I feel like it's necessary to find this guy, Gary, and be like, Gary, hey, Gary, I see you. You're two-faced, two-bit lying sack of garbage. Like, I feel like that's what he is at this point in time. Like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Gary. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like
doesn't look good, meaning he's going to lose his position at the SEC. Doesn't look good like he's going to do jail time. Doesn't look good like the SEC is
jail time.
Lose. I mean, he's done some weird stuff.
Is that worthy of jail time?
None of those guys get jail time, bro. None of those dudes get jail time.
I didn't think it was worthy of jail time, but
they get golden parachutes is what they get.
It doesn't help their case that Gary previously wanted to work there. Although, what year was it?
Prison.
That was 2017. Anybody know?
2019. Sorry, it was 2019. But shouldn't we be more concerned with his connections to SBF and what that whole shebang was? I feel like that is more nefarious activity compared to than applying for a job to be on the committee.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. I guess that's another thing to take note of. I hadn't been considering that, but interesting nonetheless.
He wasn't chair when he applied. He was still at MIT doing his teaching. So there's no conflict of interest here, basically. It's more just like interesting news.
Well, there's a little bit like if you
Clemente titled the Twitter show Gensler to jail in all caps. Anyway, continue.
Did jail?
No, Gensler to jail in all
Gensler
caps.
to jail. I like that one. So yeah, I don't know. I think you don't think it's a conflict of interest if you like you said that you were going to be an advisor and then you don't get accepted as an advisor and now you're suing the company.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that's
like
a little
how
weird.
I handle most rejection is like, if I don't get a job, I just immediately sue them. It's like the logical path forward. You really got to force their hand here.
Well, here we are. And Gary's being Gary. I just feel like it just shows how like biased the like I don't know, the whole thing's just ridiculous. I hope, but hopefully there are some policies that come out of it that gives clarification so that this space can actually operate in an efficient way. But there's still just this universe. I saw some Financial Times article the other day or yesterday, I think, that was saying that they were kind of just being like, crypto's a scam. And it's just a Ponzi scheme, and calling it a security is giving it more credit than it deserves, essentially. That instead it's actually just magic beans. And so
Tulip Mania.
What's that?
Tulip Mania.
Yeah, and I think like while there's some validity to a price being high, the reality is like you can actually transact in it better than you can in the existing financial like system, outside of like Venmo or something like that. But you're still limited on Venmo how much you can send.
Like $5 grand on Venmo. Like I could send you 10 grand right now without having to sign a piece of paper.
Guys, I'm holding myself back from this conversation because I'll come through literally like Godzilla kicking over buildings.
Best thing in the world.
I will literally kick over buildings like Godzilla if we're talking about Venmo.
And Helvetica Bold.
The way you're saying that is like everyone's going to be like, "Oh my God, he just absolutely destroyed it, and I finally understand crypto."
Well, a lot of people need to finally understand some stuff, and it's only gotten worse since.
But let me tell you, those people aren't listening to this show.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
Hey, if you're listening to the show and this is your first time, learning about crypto, and you think it's a bunch of bullshit, shoot me a DM right now.
Well, never mind. I'm not even going to Godzilla this right now.
Don't DM him.
Yeah, he definitely won't. Bunny, you have your hand raised. Bunny, what's going on?
I want to hear what Godzilla is going to actually do now, because you like set it up. You're like, okay, I'm just going to dunk on people. I'm just going to come out here. So I kind of want to see what that.
I want to hear from Bunny first. Implies. Bunny, how many cigarettes did you smoke yesterday versus just hanging out outside inhaling smog?
Honestly, I don't think I lowered the amount at all. I think it's just like I smoked 6 extra cigarettes now.
How many cigarettes do you smoke a day, Buddy? I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't count. It depends what the charts look like.
Are you a pack a day guy?
No, I don't think it's that much.
Are you a chain smoker? Are you a chain smoker?
It depends. It depends what I'm invested in at the moment.
What defines a chain smoker? If you have 2 in a row, is that a chain smoker?
No. They just keep one after the other. They just keep going, and then when they're all done, they're like, "Does anyone else have any cigarettes?" And then they go off to the shops and buy another pack of 20. Yeah. So
there's a level for me also, the number of drinks where I become a smoker. Like there's basically like, I think it may be 3 or 4. If I'm at 3 or 4 drinks, your boy becomes a smoker.
Well, when we got dinner with Bunny, Nick had like 2 drinks, and then he smoked a cigarette with Bunny. So when I saw him,
we were ripping heaters outside. It was great.
When he smoked a cigarette, I was like, "Wow, my man, it just can't control himself." All right, anyway, sorry, Bunny, I threw to you. What's going on?
Ripping heaters. It was great.
Gensler suing after not getting the job, like that makes perfect sense to me. I'm typically bullish on any project until they don't give me an allow list or like pre-sale. Then I start flooding it, right? So like, yeah, if I don't have the ability to sue these projects, if I did, I would.
I love the take, Bunny. I absolutely love the take. Our very own Johnny Blaze in the Nifty Discord has made some artwork for Nick's bathroom based on what Signal was talking about. Nick, are you seeing the artwork on the screen?
I mean, this should be called Nick with Milk.
Okay, wow, that's TMI.
You posted the photo of me literally on there, and you're like, literally, Pio posts pictures of dicks basically, and it's like, oh, wow, you think that looks like a dick? How dare you? That's disgusting. He posts a photo of me on a toilet, and I make some comment about it. He's like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. You posted the photo.
Johnny Blaze made the photo. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Do you want the Godzilla rant, or are we just moving on to the issue of Yuga's animated comic?
I mean, we'll listen to it. I just want to see whether, as long as we get to rate it. If this segment is called PO Rant, we rate it, I'm down.
I mean, look, I can do it real quick. The bottom line is when I hear people talk about quote unquote crypto, I don't know what that means. I definitively do not know what crypto means. I have no idea. Okay. I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
Are you talking about Bitcoin? Or are you talking about Harry Potter, Obama, Shiba Inu, or whatever the hell the thing's called?
Please
right?
put some respect on its name. Harry Potter, Obama, 10 Sonic Inu.
That's like my thing. Okay. So if we're talking about Bitcoin, then we're not, whatever the New York, first of all, don't call it crypto, because like calling it crypto is weird, because you're basically taking away from the legitimacy of it. Because when people say crypto, when people talk about like, I've been in crypto, I'm like, so you mean you've been buying shit coins that you heard about in a private Discord, then you went on Twitter and tried to pump up the price and you sold it, and you were excited about the gain that you got in fiat, and you probably withdrew the fiat that you got to pay off a credit card that's like 4 months overdue, and you like smoke cigarettes and you're a quote unquote crypto influencer, and you actually don't even have any Bitcoin or understand what Bitcoin is. And people that are just holding Bitcoin and or Ethereum are going to have way more money than you in 3 years without taking any action, right? So there's that side versus the actual, like, Bitcoin holding, deep understanding, built out thesis, comfortable holding, not worried about price action. There's big differences there, right? And so I think it's strange when I see articles about quote unquote crypto. I'm not dunking on Bunny right now. Ellie.jpeg said I'm dunking on Bunny. I'm not dunking on Bunny. Nick, go ahead.
Well, hold on. Let's go through and is that the Godzilla? Is the Godzilla rant?
I don't think it's necessary to keep going. What I will say is,
I just want to rate
real
it.
quick. What I think is funny is now that I host the Bitcoin show, people are trying to call, like, someone was like, since when does PO like Bitcoin? And it's like, bro, like on the NFT show,
like what? Literally one commenter, and PO's like life mission becomes that like one person. He's out walking his dog, being like, "Oh man, oh they didn't say that shit. They didn't say that shit. Oh no!"
Frank from DGods came on the show. Came on the Bitcoin show and tried to big dog me and was like, "Welcome to Bitcoin, PO. I'll help you learn." And I was like, bro, like, I don't know who you're talking to, young man, but don't be coming on my show and be talking like that, buddy. And so it's just, I mean, like, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I talk about Bitcoin here, everyone's like, here we go, Bitcoin, laserized, maxi PO. And if I go on the Bitcoin show, people are like, is this guy even into Bitcoin? So I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it.
Okay, so the rant, I'm gonna give it a 5, but your commentary afterwards, I'm gonna give it a 9. So I like your I don't know what crypto is a little bit ridiculous. Like, it's not like you have no idea what they're talking about when they say cryptocurrency.
I kind of don't.
How does the Bitcoin white paper describe Bitcoin?
What do you mean? It's a cryptocurrency.
It's a peer-to-peer electronic. Yeah. Okay. So it's a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, of course it is. It's the first one and the best.
Okay. So when they describe the crypto space, you're telling me you don't understand?
I don't understand because the word they're using applies to random stuff that is not relevant. And I agree with them. A lot of that random stuff is trash.
I see. So the conversations you're having is people are saying that now, like, if they refer to NFTs as part of the crypto system, what
NFTs are part of the crypto ecosystem. There's also really robust misunderstandings surrounding that, where Bitcoin guys, the laser eye, like, dude, think about the lack of sophistication in this analysis. If you had this lack of sophistication in any other aspect of life, people would be like, just leave the room. But the literal laser-eyed Bitcoin maximalist position towards NFTs for multiple years was literally, NFTs are stupid. That was the position. NFTs are stupid. And I was like, well, if Gerhard Richter, one of the top selling artists in the world, decided that he wanted to go into digital art and sell a piece of digital art and put it on Bitcoin ordinals, is that stupid? And is the position like, does the position extend from NFTs to physical art too? Is the position like Sotheby's and Christie's selling Picassos is stupid? Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. But anyway, I think we should move on because we're getting into PO's talking about Bitcoin territory on this show.
I want the rating real quick. Did he Godzilla it? So commenters,
Look at this.
give us a 1 to 10, and then Signal Kicks easy. I like your score, and Bunny.
4.6 out of 10.
Solid. Yeah, I'll give him a solid 7.5.
Oh, you're way higher than me.
Signal.
I'm a nice
I was
guy.
like a 6 for the opening, but like I really liked the commentary when he was talking about the space, and that's when he went to like 8.5. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I like that
good.
part too.
That part was entertaining. Bunny.
Bunny smoking a cigarette.
I'm right here, dude.
So what's the score?
A 10.
Wow.
No, Bunny thinks that like I'm gonna be offended if he says like a 2. But no, Bunny, I'm not gonna be offended. I'm a good sport.
No, I'm giving it to you real, dude. It's a 10.
Okay.
Well, that was a
Bunny,
good
if
segment.
You give it a 10, Bunny, if you give it a 10, repeat one line that PO said throughout the entire thing.
Buddy just knows that I'm the one that clicks the payroll button. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. I hate that. I was people's manager for like years, right? I was people's like boss. I'm not Bunny's boss, but I was like people's boss for years. And they would like laugh at things I said. And I was like, are you just laughing at that because I'm your boss? And I'm not okay with that. Only laugh if it's actually funny.
That's hilarious.
Funny.
That was good. Dude, Pio, you're so funny. Oh,
No,
God.
I hate that. I hate that.
I used to hate that when people in our office would be like, our CEO is a damn visionary. And he'd come out and say something like super basic. And they'd just be like, bravo, bravo. Oh, the man is a genius. And I was like, really? Like, I'd just be looking around at everyone like, really? Like, I'm not sucking his dick. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, they're going to fire me. Which, like, I'll be out of this company before I'm bowing down to the man. That guy got fired. The founder, both the co-founders got fired by and including that CEO. But I was like, yo, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Like, if that's what I need to do to get a promotion, like, just count me out. You know, I'll move on, start something new. I'll take a $20,000 salary cut just to not have to do that bullshit. I'm not doing that. Okay. I got too much pride.
Yeah. So anyway, now that we've covered many different random things, let's get into the third issue of Yuga's animated comic. The
NFTs.
The Summoning was released. And this is Clemente wrote the topic like this with nearly zero reaction from the market. Clemente is just so unimpressed by this. But what I will say is, Nick, you pointed out, you don't like, I never know what these are about. And maybe I'm being a hater right now because we have comics that are actually lit. But like, I don't know, like, what do you think, Nick? What do you think about this video that Bored Ape Yacht Club put out?
I like it. I think our stuff, I don't want to allude to what we've been doing, but I mean, it's a nice animation. It's interesting. There is no narrative is the main thing that like they seem to be like just kind of like shaping the narrative around like random elements that they're dropping. That part of it for me has always been sort of strange. Like their narrative has been very light in its form. Now, I'm not from the gaming space, and historically when I've looked at game narratives, they've always felt light. So like I don't know that necessarily, maybe someone who's played games before can like correct me as to like, are there any games that have had just like incredible narratives? I have seen them where they have like voiceovers from famous people. So those were like legit. Yeah. World of Warcraft.
A decent amount of them too. Like Skyrim has like a very in-depth story and is like one of the most played by our games. Like, it's like, do you watch the cutscenes? Is probably the better question because they all try to put these narratives into them. Personally, I skip every single cutscene. I'm like the worst possible person when it comes to video game narratives.
I could totally see that, dude. You're just
like,
I
skip it also. Yeah.
I slam the button to get
guys.
past them as fast as I possibly can so I can actually play the game. Like I'm not in it for the story. I'm here to kill bad guys and keep it pushing.
Kicks, do you watch the cutscenes?
Of like video game stuff?
Yeah.
It really depends. It really depends on like what I'm playing. There's certain things like I really don't like care so much about it, but like a Diablo cutscene, like if you're playing like a game like Diablo, it's kind of like really badass. Overwatch has like a good story, but like if they have like cutscenes in that, I just skip them.
Final Fantasy X had the good cutscenes.
A conversation
stuff
said
like that.
Last of Us is a better story in game than on HBO.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, does it matter? I don't know. Like that's the thing that like
I would like it to matter, right? Because then this discussion what we're having right now would be about the story. We'd be going back on like the narrative, right?
For us, again, I don't want to talk about what we're doing, but I agree with these things. No, I value narrative, but like I don't like when people are like, we're a narrative NFT project or something like that. That has been the death knell for like a lot of people. Oh my God. Sorry, my Echo just talked to me, but I think that overall, I think it makes sense to have a cohesive brand narrative. Like I think that makes sense. And even 10KTF was one where I'm like, so what? At least they have incrementally more, like slightly more narrative development there, where you know who the main character is, you know that he has a shop, you know that it feels like Japan, although mixed with sometimes other worlds where he's like driving through the desert, which I don't know if Japan has desert landscape. I'm not 100% on that. I don't think it does. So yeah, I don't know. I value the narrative, but nobody's really doing that. Like there's not many that I've seen. How many NFT projects have actually pulled that off at all?
Like an actual story?
And KTF is the only one that has done it, and with enough narrative and interest that you're looking forward to next Thursday when the next chapter comes out, and you go away in Discord and discuss what you saw, what were the Easter eggs. It alludes to so many great films, you know, Kill Bill, Karate Kid, like you name it. There's just so much crossover, and I think like with the comics, like when I watched the third one, I was like, I didn't want to press play again, first of all, which is kind of tells you, you know, how you feel about it. And then secondly, like I didn't see anyone else really talk about it except share the link. No one was really talking about the story. And so I think like there's not enough interest. There's not enough like narrative to just be like, oh, like maybe they're doing this. And I think that's why we didn't see any movement in the price, because the narrative wasn't strong enough to speculate what could be coming.
Well, we're going to have to see, you know, people, the bottom line is NFT collections, NFT businesses, NFT projects are going to actually do story-based stuff. We're going to see how the market responds. The reality is, you know, gaining traction in like the Netflix, you know, traditional entertainment industry world is quite challenging. It's very expensive to put that stuff on. I love the thesis, like, you know, the Pudgy Penguins thesis, for example, that they're building IP that's going to, you know, make its way into the mainstream. It just takes quite a while for that stuff to end up, you know, fully manifesting itself. And I do truly believe that it will. But in a market like ours, which is a very short-term focused market where people are very impatient, it's tough to stick around and wait for it. Some details on this. Episode 2 was the reveal for Heavy Metal, and it included a dog stealing a golden bone. The latest episode kicks off with Jimmy the monkey searching for the golden bone, and then followed by a line of apes following their heavy metals into what seems to be a portal. The kennel dogs are then featured, seemingly trying to warn the apes not to go into the portal, and then they stand guard outside the portal. So this is the dogs versus mechs thing that I think we've been looking at for a while.
I hate how similar some of the stuff they're doing is to what we're doing.
It's not similar. Just don't worry.
Well, they got dogs and they got portal. We were first with the portal, you know?
It's okay. Everybody's doing the same thing. The market reaction was that the dog saw a short-lived small pump from, wow, what a pump, from 4.2 Ethereum to 4.5 Ethereum before falling to 4.2 again. Hope you traded that pump. That was crazy. Heavy Metal, you know, surprisingly just saw no action at all. Pretty gnarly. Why was there no reaction from the market? Easy. You've been talking about vessels. What's going on?
I just think like everyone's anxiously waiting on the actual gameplay, and like the story, there's no words in it. You know, like that's something too that I think is a big piece of it. There's like no text. It's just images, and like relating to a story just through visual aspects is difficult than versus if you like evoke multiple like sensories on it, like sound.
You can do just visual if it's insanely good. The first 25 minutes of 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick is just visual, but that's Stanley
intro of the other side.
Comparing the Yuga fucking trailer for Heavy Metal to Stanley Kubrick's
Okay, Bunny. No, we understand.
Like
no, but
fair comp.
That is an unfair comp. What I was gonna say was their first video with other side had no words and no text, and that was completely emotion evoking.
Slapped, right? How good was that?
Multiple times. I love watching that video. You meet the main character in that. I forget his name. Bunny knows his name.
Jimmy the monkey?
No. Bunny, what's the main ape's name?
Dog?
No, the main ape.
Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis is in that. But there's no text, no words, and it's hyper detailed visuals and sound that like they go through the ship, Dakota pops up. Like this is really well done. And then they go and pivot to a comic, and comics typically have associated text to at least outline the story.
So my biggest thing with a lot of this is that at least, so the drink me thing had to do with the mutants. That's what's on screen right now and showing, him like flying essentially towards the other side. I don't remember the whole thing, but the quality of production visually is quite significant. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing cost, $150,000 or something like that. Like this is not like a cheaply produced trailer.
Super legit.
But the thing that's sort of crazy about what they've been doing, or not crazy, the challenge that they have is none of this started with the narrative. Like the inception was not a massively developed narrative, and they've been retroactively telling the story about like they've been writers, and so there was an idea behind it. But I don't think they knew that this is what it was going to be. I think they just like I don't know. And now what we're seeing is it build into something, which is cool, but it's harder to keep a lot of people engaged, especially because your dividends are going down. Right. So like imagine a place where your dividends were like $5,000, $10,000 on the regular when you spent $400. You're pretty happy. Right. Like when those dividends are looking nice, and then it goes up to $100,000, $200,000. You're seeing like huge dividends from the assets that you have. The reality is the hype around it is more about bag pump. And I think that a lot of people are clear that like right now, that's not what these announcements are going to do. And they're just busy executing. I think there's a lot of anticipation to see what the game is, but how you get price movement now is way more difficult. And they have a ton of tokens in their ecosystem now. We got Heavy Metal, we got Other Deed, we got Mutants, we got Apes.
Including some voided tokens that just still live there on the blockchain and on OpenSea, but they're like, don't buy this one. Like that's like the sewer passes, right? Like the used sewer passes or whatever.
You can't use those still?
Aren't those just sitting there voided?
Yeah, it says void.
Really?
The ones that did not play the first game of Dookie Dash are worthless tickets.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're like listed for 0.3 ETH. Talk about like, friendly for newbies that are onboarding. You just go and accidentally buy this for $600. And it says void on it, but still like,
Okay. Well, that's buying that would be a ridiculous move, but it still is there. And it's kind of weird that it's not.
Yeah. It should have been burned in the process somehow, something, anyway. Anything else, Nick, on that?
No, I just think it's really difficult for them at this point in time. They don't have a cohesive narrative. They have a ton of different tokens. I want to see the game that they come out with, and I want them to make something dope. Don't get me wrong. And I'm still holding.
The game looks good. Every beta test is like better than the last.
I have a mutant. I have one of these Heavy Metal items. So like I'm still in the ecosystem. I just feel like it's becoming increasingly difficult. And Bunny is sort of like washing away his tears at this moment in time because it's so painful to be just holding on to that ape right now.
Bunny, would you say that that's the case?
Well, we touched 90K. We're back at like 88K. That's not the worst. That's not so bad.
That's basically where I sold mine. So we're not in a bad place.
There you go. So look, Memeland speculation is heating up after their Twitter space yesterday. The allow list starts tomorrow for Meme. That's on the 9th of June. ERC20 and BRC20 are going to be launched in parallel together. There's a lot of juice. Easy presented captains to us at an insanely low price. It was basically free.
0.006. Yeah.
There you go. Easy. So what's the story here, buddy?
I don't know. I think that they're getting into the ordinals thing. I think their captains and specifically the MVPs being their highest valued asset and the one that they reward the most. It makes sense, I guess, like from like pure where the hype is right now. At this point, I just feel like anything you're inscribing is so like you're in the 10 million range at this point. So for me, I just look at it as like, is this really the best move to do here? Like go into the ordinal craze, or is it better to just continue to focus on ETH where like you have an existing holder base and user base? I don't know. I think 9gag and 9gag CEO usually has a decent plan. So I'm curious to see like what the public perception is to it if they go this route.
Clemente?
One of the things that was really interesting to me on this whole thing that they announced yesterday, that they were just talking about on the weekly Twitter space, but not Ray or Memeland actually tweeted about it afterwards about what, like, I think they announced some pretty interesting stuff. No one tweeted about it. So when I was looking at it this morning, I had to actually listen to the Twitter space. I was like, did they actually talk about this, or are they just making this up? Is this a joke? Because if their allow list is starting tomorrow for their meme token, I would assume that's pretty significant news, yet they're not really talking about it much from the actual main account.
Yeah, I mean, maybe to build the mystery, they think that, just having that Twitter space is enough and putting it out there in tweets is too much. I mean, they've done a very good job of building up the hype.
So what are they doing, PO, with the BRC20s?
Not BRC20s. They're going to be doing it on ordinals. They have 119 MVPs, which are the highest tier in Memeland. They were an auction-based collection that people were able to mint and kind of run with. And now it just is their way to kind of release them on ordinals.
So they're doing like the Frank play, the D-Gods play.
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, easy. I heard that they're dropping a free accompanying BRC20 token as well.
I was not aware of that, so I must have missed that.
Yeah, and I completely agree with Clemente on this information. Like, there was some pretty big, significant news that came out of this space. Trying to verify this, whether this was real coming from the team or whether it was just random people on Twitter, like saying, like making stuff up, was pretty difficult. And I just thought that was really unusual, considering these are quite big drivers to potential speculation and like moving the price on captains. And also I think this is deliberate. Like, Ray is so smart and so intentional. I just don't think this was a mistake. And I think he's letting the community just amplify the message themselves. And for people just to sort of be like, what, how is this happening? And the friends allow list. I mean, you can sort of start guessing which collections are going to be on there. I think some are pretty obvious. Some may be surprises. But I think all this lead up into the drop of the token is everything is done on purpose. Nothing here is accidental. But I still think Meme's going to do like spectacularly well. It's the most legitimate token on ETH and happening this month that will cook.
So the token is going to be, some of it's going to be on Ethereum and some of it's going to be on Bitcoin.
That's what I understand. There's a free accompanying one happening over on the BRC20 side. That's what I've seen on Twitter.
And again, it would be so much easier if it was like a thread or, hey, we dropped X, Y, and Z. And so we could actually verify and clarify exactly what's going on. We're kind of like, did this happen? We don't really know. And that's where it was very strange to see this play out the way it did over the last 24 hours with this.
Well, we'll have to see where it goes. The floor is still over 9 Ethereum for one captain. It's been
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's been
What do you think the benefit of having whatever meme is supposed to be as a token? What do you think the benefit of having it on Bitcoin and Ethereum at the same time is?
So I think that with the token, I have less of an answer. I think every major NFT organization is going to have exposure to ordinals specifically. I think you already see it with Yuga. You see it with DGODS. You're going to see it with more and more organizations. Like ordinals is ultra legit. Things are getting just developed over there, and it's not going to stop. So and it's a unique audience, just like there's a unique audience on Ethereum versus a unique audience on Solana. So you're just going to see different approaches on different chains. So that's on the NFT side. I'm as confused as you are, Kix, when it comes to the token, because I mean, there's no other examples of us that we've seen of splitting a token between like BRC20 and ERC20. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
I don't know about the distinction of it, but at this point, all I'd be focused on is what's my expected value out of holding on to this token. That's holding on to your captain.
The captains.
And that's the real thing is like, so you're basically running into an ex-dividend date. And so
Mutant Ape's ahead of the ApeCoin airdrop right now.
Yeah. And so my expectation is that you're going to probably get a few $1,000s out of meme coin. The distinction though is you're also in a different market right now than when ApeCoin was a driver. All of their drops were like accelerants to the market. I don't know that meme coin is the accelerant to the market. I think now that could change. There's a chance that maybe they become a catalyst for the overall space. But I think what the catalyst was, interestingly enough, through this moment right now, I feel like was Pepe. Pepe like started this current season that we're in. Meme coin, Memeland was like, now's a great time to do it. And then they're going to like drop the token. Now it's been building up to this, but you're like, I feel like this could be the tail end of shitcoin season, essentially. That it's not to, I don't say that because I believe Memeland is a shitcoin. I say that because just trading ERC20, even BRC20 tokens. I mean, BRC20 is like way harder, just the way that the structure is. It's just a little bit like it's not evolved yet. I think it'll get there, but right now, like it's not like you don't sweep the floor sort of thing. You got to go buy these individual things or add them to your. Anyways, this is difficult. I would actually be wondering, like, did you sell your captains, Easy?
I have not yet.
Do you think that now's the time to sell it? Because like if I'm
close, yeah, it's getting real close.
Like my thought is basically, do you think that the expected value, like what else are you holding that captain for after that token essentially that's going to keep it up, that isn't going to make it dump back down to like 5 ETH or something like that?
I'm in the same boat. Like it's after the token, especially if the token is not like incredible. Yeah, for me, it's like, and I don't.
And by the way, you're
a fucking thing, dude.
What's that?
I said I should have listed it when they tested.
What's your target 10?
Yeah.
You even said you were going to list it at 9.9.
And I just didn't. I just didn't get around to listing it.
I've been there before, dude.
Got distracted, and now it's 9.5, and now I'm like, damn. Here we are.
Who gives a shit about the 0.5 ETH? You just made a bag on it. Why not? Why not do it?
0.5 ETH, man, in this economy.
Why not list it at 9.6 or something like that?
They're selling under 9. If you look at the sales are coming in under 9. It's like 8.96, 8.88. That's where the sales are.
I see 9.4, 9.5. Those were the overnight offer dump. All the NFTs go through this overnight offer dump. I don't know what the deal with that is. Ours does the same thing.
Asia's not awake.
I think that's what it is. It's 8. No, wait, Asia.
I mean, it's
wouldn't
true,
Asia be awake
the
when
other
we're
way
sleeping?
Around. We're not awake.
It's Asia's dumping.
Asia's dumping, exactly. No, I was going to say, Kix, on your question, like, what is this ordinal play on the token side? I don't know, but I think like any project that is trying to build significantly for the future, it is now a hedge to have something on ordinals, like regardless of the inscription number, because you don't want to be in a position of what happened to Frank, where he started off on Solana and then he felt like he had to move chains, and then you're trying to get your entire community to port their NFT over to a new chain. Like, that is so difficult to do. And so I think, like, given the size of 9gag and like what that entire ecosystem is trying to do, I think it makes a good hedge for his strategy. If ordinals doesn't work out for any reason, then okay, fine. You had a bunch of ordinals and the whole market goes down along with it. I don't think that's going to happen. So if that market is growing, that is the best hedge to have right now. And I think it's probably more of a strategic decision rather than like potentially trying to do something this month on ordinals to capture like that current momentum.
Yeah, I mean, ordinals is not going anywhere. It's just NFTs on Bitcoin. So there's no like risk of it disappearing. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out with Memeland, because like Clemente pointed out, they're being cryptic with their messaging. We've seen major appreciation on the assets already. We'll have to see. We got this Gutter Cat Gang partnership with NBA star LaMelo Ball getting a little bit of mainstream traction, but falls flat in Web3 as these things do. Clemente, when you say mainstream traction, what exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah, the big thing that I'll share my screen right now. LaMelo basically tweeted out yesterday, in collaboration with Puma Hoops, Berlin saw it first, introducing the new MB03 Gutter Mellow NFT. 250 or 220,000 likes, and I like a lot of the comments were like on Instagram. And people are like, I was going through the comments for a while, and most of the people were like, dude, how do I get the NFT? This is dope. These shoes go hard. People were pretty excited for it. And I had a moment to reflect, and I was like, dude, this is a less than 2-year-old company that's collaborating with Puma and an NBA All-Star to drop a shoe. And the way that it was positioned as an NFT and literally being, hey, you can only get this shoe if you have an NFT. I mean, maybe Easy, you can chime in on this a little bit more, but I thought this was pretty notable and significant as far as mainstream attention on NFTs.
Yes and no, I guess. The price point is 175, and it's another one of these weird things where you don't get the physical until August. So like that kind of bothers me a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, like that's the thing I'm looking at is like,
yeah, but Easy, that's like less of a markup than the traditional like Web2 brand who comes in and then sells a product.
Yeah, I mean, I like the shoes. Like, to be honest, I do like the shoes. That's something that I look at and like, they're not bad. Like,
yeah, and it's not like it's like $500 or like $1,000, like 175. Like, if
it's reasonable.
The shoe would probably sell for $100 if they just sold the shoe anyways, right? Or like 120.
More. The shoes are expensive as hell these days. It's like $200 for the good shoes, easy.
Yeah. So then, it seems like it's pretty relatively well priced, you know, and I'm sure they'll like give you maybe a couple more perks with the NFT or something like that. So
and they have the actual like a Gutter Cat on it,
on the tongue.
It's
the
on
tongue
the
is
tongue.
his Gutter Cat.
I
do like them. Like, I look at them and I'm like, these are not bad shoes. Like, I would hoop in them. Like, they look like solid basketball shoes. I'm a fan of Puma's basketball line too. I've played in a pair of them before. It was like one of my favorite pairs.
Meanwhile, Gutter Cat Gang's at 0.66 Ethereum. It's not going to pump off of that. Look, here's the bottom line. There's a difference between having successful maneuvering as like an organization versus maneuvering with the pumping of NFT floor price in mind. And the most successful brands in Web3 have focused on pumping the NFT floor price. They haven't focused. I see tweets of founders just basically going all over the world, and they're like, spreading the word on our organization, but it's not resulting in the floor price pumping. And if anything, when you post the picture of you in like Spain or something like that, the holders are like, this guy's like, what's this guy doing? It's not doing anything to pump the floor price of the assets, which is why they bought the assets. They bought the assets so the floor price would go up. They bought the asset on the thesis that there would be value accrued to the asset over time. So yeah, I mean,
you're just calling people out.
I didn't say anyone's name.
I mean, you might as well just say it at this point. I mean, you're just like being like, oh, you're on vacation. Who did you see on vacation, Pio?
Who went to Spain? I didn't see anybody go to Spain. It was just an example.
Oh, just a neighboring country? You just seeing people go to Lisbon, which is a neighboring country of Spain.
Oh, I honestly hadn't even thought of that. I should have said, Vietnam. I don't know. Like
Vietnam, also another big crypto spot.
Yeah, like go get a banh mi, but that's not
South
pumping.
Korea's crushing right now, bro. South Korea is crushing the crypto
fried
space.
chicken there, dude. They got the best fried chicken in the world.
They also just launched an AVAX subnet and got 60,000 KYC users in under 12 hours. Yeah.
To be fair, posting yourself in like anywhere outside of your like office desk is
bearish. You can't post
typically bearish. Like when we
guys
went
know
to
that influencer
Bahamas.
that would do things in real life with a green screen behind him and then would like zoom in. That's what you need to do. You know what I mean? You need to go on vacation, but have like a green screen showing you.
Dude, we need like videos of us just carrying a green screen around, like just us being like, and just wide shots of us in front of the green screen on a beach.
But the green screen's like showing that you're like in this like high rise work spot, like steady building.
Keep building.
You know,
I love it.
I was gonna say, like, the only thing about this GCG thing is that like LaMelo had an NFT in 2021 and he like never spoke about it. I think like I saw him speak about it once in an interview, like a tiny mention or something. And it's just like the guy came in or partnered with a third party, that took care of the development, marketing, blah, blah, blah. But like the guy came in at like early enough to just like absolutely rip the market and establish himself as like, okay, not only was he a pioneer, not only did he come in early and represent basketball, not only did he take his idea of putting his career on chain, but then just to say nothing and then come back 2 years later as if people forget, right? And it's just like, okay, and now you're with Gutter Cat Gang, you're doing this, but it's just like, it just kind of tarnishes the reputation that they don't actually take Web3 seriously. They only take it seriously when there's a collab in place and they're basically getting paid to talk about a product. And so, I don't know, it kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth considering like he was already in the space, but then kind of forgot about his own project.
Celebrities and athletes don't use the computer that much. And so if you don't use I'm serious, if you don't use the computer that much, then you can't understand crypto and Web3 unless you're like Jay-Z and you're like actually really, really smart. Never, if any basketball player ever does anything, all you need to think about is this guy doesn't use the computer at all. He's in the gym training a ton of training, so hard. Don't know how they do it. Don't even understand how they play.
What was that course back in the day that there was an infomercial teaching you how to use a computer? They'd give you the CDs about like hands-on training with a computer. I forget what it was called, but there used to be infomercials out the wazoo. And I'm blanking on the name of it right now. But like we should get in that business right now, training celebrities on using email, PO. I think that's going to be huge.
Basketball players don't do that. They train, they go to social events, they play video games with like on consoles. They do that. If you penetrate the video game, then they'll understand
penetrate
it a little bit more.
Shit, PO.
But anyway, these people don't use the computer. So just don't trust them when it comes to NFT stuff. Pharrell tweeted one time about doodles. They signed the big deal with Pharrell like 2 years ago. He tweeted about it one time. Pharrell hangs out in studios and goes to really swanky social events. That's what he does. He doesn't use the computer. He doesn't hang out in Discord. It's not how it works. Anyway, I mean, Jay-Z, there's a clip of Jay-Z where he's talking about white hot spaces, and he basically describes the NFT space to a T. He just totally understands this stuff. So he's an exception. That's why his profile picture is still a CryptoPunk right now. And he never did any stupid NFT promotions or crypto promotions. I mean, come on now. Anyway, Clemente, are we dishing out the free NFTs? Because this is a particularly special free NFT day with the special edition NFT from Camila Nogueria, today's free NFT. Camila being a digital artist, creating surreal worlds of extraordinary beauty aimed at offering viewers a dreamy perspective on life. And this free NFT is going to be titled Moonlight Dreams. She's also giving away a special edition free NFT to 5 lucky winners, only 5. Stay tuned for the free NFT password right now. And also check out the pinned tweet at the top to learn about Camila's companion drop she's doing called Rooftop Dreams. Camila's gotten crazy traction. It's been cool to really watch her get traction over the past 6 to 12 months, having a drop with proof. having a video with Gary V, all this different stuff. Shout out to Portugal. Shout out to Camila. Clemente, what do we got?
Yo, shout out to Portugal. Everyone in Portugal, what's up?
Shout out Spain. Today's free NFT. The password is Moonlit6. MOOLIT and the number 6. That's the password to claim today's free NFT. You putting it in, you will enter to win one of 5 special editions of Camila Nogueira's drop today. And if you have a claim streak of over 25, you're gonna enter to win a golden ticket.
Not just enter to win. You have that. So the oh shit, did I just update the wrong nope, I think we're good. Yeah, if you check out, people should be winning some of those.
Yeah, we already got some winners in the Discord getting the BoDoggo VIP ticket.
Clemente didn't win. He just got the standard NFT, which is dope. Oh, we got this is what spaces smell like is the username of this individual. Very interesting username. Said that they won a Camila, so they got one of the 5. Congratulations to that person. There's also people saying that my take about celebrities not using the computer is an L take. They don't use the computer. I don't know what to tell you. Like literally,
find me.
Okay, Channing Tatum doesn't go home and go on Discord. Sorry to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just how, like, the girl that's on, what's it called? Euphoria is not going home being like, let me crush Discord right now. These people don't have time. They're very busy. They don't use the computer.
They did say that there was statistical correlation between Kyler Murray's performance, the Arizona Cardinals quarterback, and when Call of Duty releases came out. Like when Call of Duty releases came out, he would like be shitty as a quarterback, and then like 3 weeks later he'd get good again.
I said that the athletes do play video games, but they play console video games.
Not on the computer.
I did say that.
Okay. Yeah, very trrio. What do you think the average word per minute of a professional athlete is? WTM.
These dudes don't do anything.
Like typing?
Okay, some of them are
some of them are legit.
3 words a minute.
My friend had classes with Kevin Love at UCLA, and he said that like literally the guy just didn't show up to class, and when he did show up to class, he'd like write a paper about how much he liked basketball. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Real quick, I want to pull it back to this other thing. There's a companion piece that you can grab, and it's linked in the description if you claim this for free for only 0.025 ETH from Camila. There's only 150 of those. It's linked in the description. So if you want to support Camila, which I highly recommend, she's an awesome artist in this space, and she's a cherished member of the community. Pick one up. It's only 0.025. So you can pick that up. There's a limited number of them. It's linked in the description of the free NFT. Whether you got the rare or if you got the common, both of those are in there. So
yeah, and for all of you ordinal traders, that's 0.025 in ETH. That is 0.0031 in Bitcoin. So pretty good deal there.
Are you sure that's the conversion?
Roughly.
Okay. All right.
Love to hear it. Well, look, big shout out to Camila. If you won one of the special pieces, if you won a BoDoggo's Allow List spot, make sure you tweet about it. We'll be sure to retweet the tweet. Here, we got Camila to tell us a little bit about the piece right now. Camila, thank you for partnering with us on this drop. How's it going? Camila.
I just bought one.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, this was muted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How's it going?
Hey, all good. I'm here at the NFC Lisbon, so it's been just fucking crazy, but I came outside of the restaurant just to say hi to you guys and just to thank you for the collaboration and to say that I love the show. Listen every day when I'm not in conferences like this, of course. And yeah, just wanted to give a big shout out to the show. Nick, like you are super funny. I love you. I love your takes. PU, the best host in the Web3 space. You already know that too. Clemente, you are getting there. Big producer. I think that you are like PU's son or something, or cousin, but you are doing great. And the Signal, like a Web3 queen, You already know that too. You did a great interview with me, so thank you for that also. And Easy, yeah, you are a fucking awesome trader, although I don't understand nothing that you talk about because I'm not a trader, or I don't get anything about the markets, but I like to hear you. And Bunny, you are super funny too with those bios.
Oh, don't boost his
keep
ego.
going, guys.
Oh,
It's
five
true,
more
man.
people just bought Camilla's NFT. So
Let's go.
definitely support her and grab it. So far, 25 people have picked up your NFT, Camila. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Thank you for the love, Nick, and I hope that you got some new plants for your new home and take care of them.
Well, I'm definitely gonna put your picture over my toilet.
I told them, Camilla,
Damn,
about the best place to put your art. And I said, you remember we had that discussion about putting it in a toilet because there's lots to see? The world knows now.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to see your picture of my art in your toilets, please.
Love it.
Awesome.
Well, hell yeah. Check out Camila's drop, ladies and gentlemen. Claim the free NFT. Looks like Clemente's got a lot of stuff that he can dump into tomorrow's call sheet, which is exciting for us too. We'll have a juicy show tomorrow because we only got through about half of this one today. Share the show with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, YouTube. If you want to see our beautiful faces, make sure you follow the NFT Morning Show account that is hosting this space right now. And look out for BoDoggos and keep paying attention to the BoDoggos account, the Nifty account. We're posting stuff about how to actually get BoDoggos allow list, which is something that you're going to want to do. Congratulations to everybody that actually won the allow list via today's show. We will be back tomorrow to close the week off strong. If you want anything, make sure you tweet about it. We'll show you some